What is going on today? I'm going on the ultimate banh mi or Vietnamese pork roll tour of Sydney. So we're starting off at the Hong Ha Bakery, which is in Mascot. It's bright and early in the morning. It's about 7 AM. So hopefully we get the nice fresh crispy bread. So we're on our way now. So we'll see you when we get to Hong Ha Bakery. Hello. Hello, what's your most popular one? Which one do you recommend? The best one?
Chicken roll and the
Yeah, I'll get two. I'll get one chicken roll and I'll get one of the original pork rolls, please. So just got two rolls there. Apparently the chicken one was recommended and I also went with the pork one. So it cost $14 in total. So I think we're starting off with the chicken roll first. Surprisingly, there was no one in there. So I know maybe it's early, it's a Saturday. Moved locations, we're close to the main road there. A bit more peace and quiet here. So we've got the chicken roll. So I've already had a bite. So it's loaded with carrot, that chicken, tomato, the mayo, pate. So I'll take another bite live on camera. We'll start with the bread. It's not overly crunchy, it's fresh. I probably don't like the bread to be too crunchy. It's kind of the right amount of crunchiness and doughness in my mind. It's got a nice hit of heat with the chilies. The salad, pretty fresh. I like the chicken, it's quite flavoursome. We've got that mayo coming through. It's pretty solid, the chicken one. That was what was recommended to me by the old bloke there. Apparently the Hong Ha Bakery's been there for 30 years. So the chicken one, it's actually giving me flashbacks to my time in Vietnam. So that's always a good sign. It's solid, the chicken one, but what we're gonna try next is the original pork one from the Hong Ha Bakery. So what I've got here, I've already taken the bite, but this is the original pork roll from Hong Ha Bakery. You can see there the different types of meat. Got the mayo coming through, the fresh salad, cucumber, got some of that chili. So I'll take another bite live on camera. I probably prefer the chicken one, to be honest. You can see that meat there. Let's try and get some of that meat. Yeah, it's your typical, basically standard pork roll. It's not as impressive as I would have thought. Definitely gives me the flashbacks to Vietnam. Not in that way, I wasn't a Vietnam vet, but yeah, I prefer the chicken one, to be honest. It's still a decent roll, fresh salad, the bun's good. It's your typical roll. So I've just arrived at the famous Marrickville Pork Roll shop. So yeah, this is the most popular one arguably in Sydney. So I'm here at the original one. They've actually opened one in the CBD due to its popularity. So we're about to head in right now and let's see what we get. What one do you recommend to get? What's the most popular one? Yeah. Are you going to get one, Ross?
Yeah, I'll get
the crackling?
Yeah, I'll get the crackling.
Yeah, and I'll just get the regular pork roll, please.
Yeah, chili.
Yeah, I'll get chili, please. So we just got our pork rolls. I went with the original pork roll. My mate Lewis here, he got the crispy pork roll. So it cost $14 for both rolls. They do accept card. I heard somewhere that they don't. And there wasn't too many people. We got here at 9 AM and there's like two other people after us. I asked for their recommendation and they pretty much recommended the crispy pork one and just the original pork one. So I'm gonna try the original pork one now. All right, so let's try the original pork roll from Marrickville Pork Rolls. You can see the ingredients there. Got those big chunks of pork there. Got the chili, fresh spring onions, those fresh cucumbers. So let's dig in. I feel like this bread is definitely more crunchy. I probably prefer this bread compared to the Hong Ha bakery. It definitely has a bit more spice. I'll ask for chili on both of them. I like that spice, it's more spicy. With this, we've got the chunkier meat. The other one was the slices, so this is both the original pork ones, and you can see those chunky bits of marinated pork there. I'm gonna have to hand it to the Marrickville Pork Roll over the previous one, the Hong Ha one. I prefer these bigger chunks of pork, and you can also see we've got the sliced meat there, and then we've got another layer of meat. So we've got the 3 different types of meat here.
The mayonnaise is quite nice as well.
Yeah, the mayonnaise is nice. The soy sauce has got a perfect mixture of the creaminess from the pate, the spice, the fresh crunch of the vegetables. Yeah, I definitely prefer this over the pork roll from Hong Ha, but they were both good. Hello, could I please get one traditional pork roll?
You like chili, yes?
Yeah, chili please.
Waiting.
Yeah, that's okay. Alrighty, so next up on our Banh Mi tour of Sydney, we're at Sydney Pork Rolls. So I got the original pork roll. This bad boy costs $5.90. I think the reason why this one's so popular is because it's in the main street here. This is George Street if I'm correct. Take a look inside. So you've got those thick strips of pork there. You've got the pate, but you've got the crunchy carrots. You've got the chili like usual. We've got the cucumber, fresh salad, looks good. I think I prefer this bread the best. It's the lightest, it's crunchy, and I like the pate the best. It has a nice spice to it. I'm not sure if that's the chili they use, but I think this is the right amount of spice. The previous one I had, the Marrickville, was good, but so far this one's pretty good to compete with the Marrickville. Let's take another bite. It's quite a bit fresher. It's not as sort of saucy as the Marrickville one, but I think the star of this one is the bread. I think if I'd have to rate it, Marrickville pork roll first, then the Sydney pork roll, and then the third was the Hong Ha. But this one definitely solid, especially good because it's in a convenient location right here in the CBD, but solid pork roll. Alrighty, so the final place for our Banh Mi tour of Sydney is Kenny's. So this place is a new place. It's sort of a hip place, Instagram place. They had a full-on photo shoot. They had like 4 camera persons taking pictures with flashes. So we've picked up a couple rolls. So I went with the crispy pork roll. That's what they're known for, the crispy pork roll. My mate Lewis, he went with the meal. He got the chips and he got the chicken one. So let's show you what they look like. So my mate Lewis here, he reckons the crispy chicken one is a bit overrated.
Probably the worst one we had today.
Yeah, so keep in mind this place looks like a hypey place. How much did they cost?
This was $16 for the meal, which was
$16
pretty
for
crazy.
the meal.
And $10 for this, and it's tiny compared to the ones we had from what was the last place we went to?
Sydney pork roll.
Yeah, the one before, the one Marrickville.
Oh, the Marrickville. Marrickville's leading so far.
Yeah, the Marrickville one was huge, good flavour, but this one's just underwhelming.
Not off to a good start, but I haven't tried my crispy pork one. That's what they're known for. Alrighty, so let's go in for a bite. So look at that. You got the crispy pork there. You can see the pate, the vegetables, not loaded with carrot like the others, but you got a lot of pate there and big pieces of pork. It looks pretty good. Let's give it a taste. We'll start with the bread. It's crunchy, pretty solid bread, not the best bread. kind of a little stale, but nothing really. I could taste that mayo coming through. Didn't really get too much of the pork on that bite. Yeah, that pork crackle, that's some good crunchy pork crackle. You could probably hear that. Yeah, the sauce is coming through the mayo, the pate. I feel like there's not enough vegetables. I feel like there's almost too much meat, which is a weird thing saying that, because you want that freshness with the cucumbers and stuff, but it's definitely pretty good pork crackle there. Yeah, that pate is nice. Yeah, overall it's a pretty solid roll. I feel like it needs a bit more vegetables. That freshness is a bit there, but I feel like it's lacking the freshness. Good pate, the pork crackle, it would definitely have to be the star of the show. Okay bread. I think mine cost like, shit, I can't even remember. Was it $11?
Yeah.
Yeah, $11. So keep in mind the other ones are like $5.50, $6, but it's like a hype place. Like they had the Instagram crew there taking pictures. It's pretty solid. So to wrap up Kenny's pork rolls, it was a bit expensive, a bit overhyped in our opinion, because they've got that Instagram presence, whereas the other pork roll joints, they were more your typical Vietnamese shop with like the elderly Vietnamese owner. But keep in mind that was like $11, so like double the price. But the owner of Kenny's was really nice. It was a good pork roll, crunchy, pretty good. But overall, I'm gonna have to give the Marrickville Pork Roll joint the #1 spot, and then probably the Sydney pork rolls, and then I might have to go with the one I went to first, Hong Ha's Bakery in Mascot, and then probably 4th best was Kenny's. But overall, good day of pork roll eating. So yeah, in my opinion, if you want the best pork roll, probably hit up Marrickville's. But yeah, anyway, that's a wrap for this video. If you want to see the best burgers in Sydney video, best desserts, best restaurants, best cheap eats, I've got lots of stuff in the works for Sydney. So yeah, you want to be subscribed for that, and I will catch you in the next video.